This week on the Road with Mickey, this or that at Disney.
We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go. We're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and we're back.
After a 1 week hiatus, we are so sorry we missed you.
Yep, and she's Sophie. That's who was speaking. In case you couldn't remember, she's
Yeah,
Sophie.
I know it's been forever, so I don't blame you, but the one person that we can never forget is, of course, the ever lovely Brenda.
That's right.
Oh, so happy to see y'all again. I missed you guys.
You same
Yeah,
here.
I love you guys.
And
Grogu
Grogu
missed you as
loves
well.
you,
He's so
and
sweet.
he's Grogu. And we are on the road with Mickey. This is episode 282 for September 22nd, 2025. And our feature topic this week is this or that at Disney. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but I really am curious to see what we get as far as responses. And we want to hear back from you. So we'll get into the whole nitty gritty on this or that in just a little bit. But first, we have some cheddar from the big cheese, and there's some big cheddar from the big cheese. Brenda, you start us off.
All right. The official closing date for Dinosaur at Animal Kingdom Park has been announced. It will have its last run on February 1st, 2026, and on February 2nd, the entire Dinoland USA section will be closed and work will begin on the Tropical Americas area. Did they say how long that's going to take?
Sometime in 2027, it should open. So a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of work to do.
And my understanding is the ride mechanisms for dinosaurs is going to be like Indiana Jones at
Oh,
Disneyland.
yes, for sure.
yeah, but
Just like it.
I feel like the ride mechanisms for Dinosaur are already pretty similar to Indiana Jones,
Mhm.
so it
Definitely.
shouldn't be too big of a task to retheme it.
You'd
Yeah,
think, yeah.
for that, but they also have to do the work on Encanto, and that's
Yeah,
also going to be in that area. So
That's
that's
gonna
I
be
think why it's going
awesome.
to take so long.
you're
So
right. You are absolutely right. Well, luckily for us, my bit of cheddar is never going to go away. The
Hopefully.
candlelight processional narrators for this year have just been released. The complete list is in the show notes, but I've bolded some that I would love to see as well, and some that my dad would love to see, and Aunt Brenda. And there are a lot of new faces. Um, from December 14th through the 15th, these I'm only talking about the ones that are emboldened because there are just so many that I'm sure you can go into the show notes and read them all yourself. But the ones to highlight are from the 14th through the 15th of December. Henry Winkler, he will be a new face. Immediately after him, we will be having Lauren Daigle. She is a very popular Christian singer. She is also a new face. And immediately after Lauren, the 18th and the 19th, we'll have Gary Sinise. And then a little bit of a jump ahead to Christmas Day, December 25th and the 26th, Joel Smallbone, a new face from King and Country.
Awesome. Great
and
list. Great
and there
list.
are
And
a lot of great lists. There's some notable names that aren't on the list too, though.
yeah, you're
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
The
Neil Patrick
last
Harris,
mhm,
um,
He's so great.
the last two
and
times my family went to see it, we had Whoopi Goldberg as our narrator. She's not on the list this year.
mhm. And who's your hero, Brenda? What's his name? Initials?
RDJ.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Robert Downey Jr., right?
Yes.
right.
Okay.
He
I
will
can
not
never
be on the
remember that.
list.
He's not on there. So But there is a lot of big names.
Yeah, but
So
RDJ's never been. I don't
I
think
thought
he's
he
ever
was
done it.
in. I thought he was a narrator once. Didn't you
Not that
say you saw him, or you were hoping to see him, or?
I've seen a lot of people. No, I don't think he's ever been a narrator.
Well then, okay. Well then, I stand corrected,
Well, I
as
mean,
Well,
always.
he is. I do love him though. So, you know,
I
yeah.
thought he
anytime to
was a
bring him up
narrator
is
one year.
fine with me.
Okay, I
All right.
thought he
Well,
was a narrator, but
the
anyway.
candlelight processional will be going on from the 28th of November, so right after Thanksgiving, all the way until December 30th. So you guys will have a whole lot of time to go and see the performance. And if you do see the performance, let us know who your narrator was. We would love to hear.
Exactly. Now, I do have some sad news out of the animal kingdom. Gino is a 44-year-old Western lowland gorilla, and he passed away recently. In his Instagram story, Dr. Mark from Animal Kingdom had this to share. For nearly 30 years, Gino touched countless lives at Disney's Animal Kingdom with his playful spirit, gentle humor, and steady presence as a devoted father and troop leader. He had 14 children.
He was busy.
Yeah. And he would have been 45 years old in December. But his legacy lives on in his offspring and in the research that they were able to do to learn so much more about this species. So he will live on forever. But I remember seeing him in the different areas at Animal Kingdom. So
Well, thank you for your gift,
Yeah.
Gino.
yeah. So anyway, Um, but that is our cheddar from the big cheese. Don't forget to connect with us. We have our Facebook page and our Facebook group. We have our YouTube channel. Hello, YouTubers. Thank you for subscribing and hitting the notification bell so it goes ding a ding a ling a ling like ling 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 whenever it's time for a new episode.
Just like that.
And I know they got the sound from me. So you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm here all week. We have our Instagram channel. Instagram is On the Road with Mickey, and our email address is info@ontheroadwithmickey.com. And don't forget the website, also ontheroadwithmickey.com. So we have some really large amount of feedback for the question of the week this week. The question, of course, we're going on 2 weeks, but the question that Sophie posed for us was an awesome question, and I'll read it. It is, if you could add a country to World Showcase, which country would you add? Sophie, why don't you start us off by reading your answer?
All right then. Well, my answer, I'll be honest, changes from hour to hour just because there are so many countries that I would love to see added. But I'm sticking with my original answer that I gave last week this time, and I am saying something from South America, Argentina or Chile perhaps, or even Peru. Or if we can't have South America, I'd love to have something from the Australian area of the world, and so I went with New Zealand.
Nice. All great selections.
Yes, all wonderful countries. Aunt Brenda?
I said Portugal.
Yep. And then I went tongue in cheek and said Antarctica.
That
Well,
would be fun though.
to be clear, Aunt Brenda, my mom agrees with you. She
I
thinks
know.
Portugal is a great
Yeah.
country to add.
She's my soul sister.
She also said she would love to have Israel as a country.
That would be very, very nice. Sherry Ann said Greece or an actual African country, not sure which. And she's referring to the African outpost that
Yeah.
exists in World
Oh,
Showcase. That's
yeah.
just the continent. It's not an actual country.
Right.
I see where she's coming from.
Yeah, I do too.
Daddy?
Brenda?
Uh, Well, Kim said Ireland. Who? Ireland or Australia?
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a lot
Yeah.
of good feedback on here. I'm glad I don't have to make the decision.
And then Randy said Russia before the revolution. And that sparked the whole conversation because I was like, could you imagine walking to the Russian pavilion and seeing all that architecture from St. Petersburg?
Oh,
Oh
It's
my
yeah.
gosh.
awesome.
It would be
Awesome.
incredible.
It would be.
Yeah.
And then Jennifer said, OMG, tough question. I want it all. And
Yeah.
That's a
honestly,
great
she is
answer.
absolutely right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And
Pam,
then
oh, sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead, Brenda.
Pam said Pam had a few, 10 to
She
be
had
specific.
10.
Yep. So she said Ireland, Scotland, Greece, Spain, Austria, Australia. Ooh, Austria, see. Sorry. Brazil, Poland, Korea, and the Ukraine. Just off the top of her head. Now I stopped on Austria because well, all of us, Mike, Sophie, and I all saw The Sound of Music for their anniversary in the theater this past weekend, and oh my gosh, it
Yeah.
was so wonderful. So
Oh,
it caught me.
so
It
good.
just caught my mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Lori said Brazil or Greece or South Africa or Egypt.
Goodness, these
Egypt
are
is a good
awesome.
one. I
A
Yeah.
mean,
lot
we
of good
have
ones.
Morocco already, but Egypt is very different from Morocco. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
And then Sheila said South Korea. Honestly, a very good one. I do like South Korea.
Yep.
Mhm.
And Paula said anything new would be welcome.
She's
You are
right.
so
I'm sorry.
hashtag truth.
Yes.
Hashtag truth.
Yes.
And then Tim said, and this is also very true, Brazil. And then he said Brazilian steakhouse. That's all they need.
Exactly.
And then Debbie said Ireland and Australia, and she put a little kangaroo emoji in there.
Cute. And Dale also said Ireland, and he also said Scotland.
She, Miss Dale.
She said
That's
Yeah,
our church
Scotland.
friend
So
Dale.
sorry.
That's
it's
okay.
all right.
And then Cindy H said Greece or Brazil.
And then Courtney said Brazil.
There you go. And Patty said Ireland. Man,
I'm
all these are
seeing
great. They could move
I'm
Raglan
seeing a
Road over
bit
there and we
of
could
a
have bread pudding at
trend.
Epcot.
There you go.
Oh, bread pudding at Epcot would be so good. But I'm seeing a bit of a trend. Hang on, I want to count really quickly. Okay, so we've got one for Greece, one for Ireland, two for Ireland, two for Greece. I see in Australia, one for Australia. I
This might
see.
take some
And then one for
deciphering.
Brazil, two for Brazil, three for Brazil, three for Ireland, two for Australia, four for Ireland, three for Greece, three for Brazil. I think I counted Brazil thrice times. Four for Brazil. There's a big trend. It's between Ireland, Brazil, Australia, and Greece.
Yeah.
All would be great.
Yeah, I would.
But I have to go back to Paula's comment that anything new would be welcome.
She is absolutely right. All right,
All
then.
right. Well, that was great feedback. Thank you guys for
you.
everything you do and communicating with us. So we love having the feedback.
I'm probably gonna make a pie chart of that one just to have Daddy post it in the
That
group
would be
because,
fabulous.
yeah, I
Okay.
think that would be very fun. So I'll do
Yes.
that after we finish recording.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sophie. You're the bomb.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, it is time for our feature topic. We are talking about this or that at Disney. And the whole idea behind this is that we wanted to look at some of the different changes that have taken place through the years, and we wanted to get our official announcement of which way we like it. Do we like it this way or that way? And we're on the road with Mickey, so our answers are always right.
Of course, when it comes to Disney, no answer is wrong,
There you go.
Right.
There you
with
go.
the exception of saying that Disney is subpar to Universal, because that answer is completely false.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mic drop. Boom.
Yeah. Well,
It's funny when
anyway,
Mike says mic drop. That always gets
Yep.
you're right. You're
Yep.
absolutely right. Well then, since this episode was my idea, I'm going to take the driver's wheel this time,
Go
just
for
like
it.
I take the driver's wheel for a lot of our vacations recently because I like my car.
yay.
All right. Well, I made a few last minute alterations to the list of prompts that I have, and I just want to lay a small ground rule here. When it comes to the questions that are on this list, these are questions where you have the old way that something was done, and when the change is made, that old thing was replaced with something new. So, say for harmonious, they took away the show, they took away all the architecture that was used for it. For something like that, I would say it has to be harmonious or it has to be the new Epcot show that I cannot remember the name of, and I will look that up in a minute. But if it was something like, say, something that they got rid of and they didn't replace it with anything,
Then that wouldn't
then
count. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I'm going with based off of this. Um, so anyway, let's just go ahead and get started. This whole topic was themed around this first question. Actually, this is what sparked it in my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And that, of course, is the Cinderella Castle controversy. As everyone knows by now, they are reverting Cinderella Castle colors back to her classic silver form. But I have to ask, do you guys prefer Cinderella Castle as silver, or do you prefer it as the pink version that we've got for the last few years or so?
All right, Brenda, you go first.
Oh, me? Um, I I like the silver. I'm I'm kind of a to me the white silver kind of look to me is more natural or more I don't know, it's more original to me to original castle looks. Like when you see castles
Mm-hmm.
from other countries and stuff, they're not really pink. Or the ones I have seen are not pink. So to me, the more natural, cause I'm still wishing they're going to bring back Castle Dreamlights.
Yeah,
I know they probably never will, but it would be conducive for that too, in case Disney's listening, and they listen to me. So,
They do.
but I
We
like the
do.
silver.
So why wouldn't they?
Oh no.
Well, I agree with you, Brenda. I
Oh,
actually
good.
like the
I'm glad
silver.
somebody
I would
agrees.
like to see it go back to the way it was. I understand the discussion though, because sometimes in the older style it looked more washed out. So what I'm hoping is that with the new improvements in paint technology and so forth,
Yeah,
that it'll kind of be pop a little bit more. So, but
yeah.
I'm ready for it to change back also.
good.
Sophie, what about you?
I personally have come to like the pink. I think the pink looks better in sunset lighting than the old one did, and I worry that because my eyes are now accustomed to the way it's looked for years, that when they revert back to the silver coloring, that it's going to look dull and not as vibrant as it was. So that's my one worry about all this, but that's
Okay.
okay because it's still Cinderella Castle and it's still going to be magical.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All
All
right.
right then.
Are you going to
Well,
read all of them, Sophie?
I am,
Okay.
because this is about you guys answering my questions.
All right.
So, second on the list, we have this one is kind of hard to compare, I know, but we have the original Splash Mountain versus Tiana's Bayou. Which one do you prefer? Because I've heard a lot of discussion about this online.
Well, I'll go first this time, okay, Brenda? We'll
Yes.
alternate who goes first. How about
Yes,
that?
great.
Um, I'm torn because I love Splash Mountain and I love the storyline with Brer Rabbit and everything like that. And I have memories from Splash Mountain, Sophie, screaming bloody murder because my hat flew in her lap and she thought
Oh,
she's being attacked by the bees. Um,
oh,
those are core memories.
Yes.
But on the flip side of it, when it was Splash Mountain, there was no way I could ever get a beignet out of it. And now I can get beignets with Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
you're
There you
right.
go.
You
So,
are
We're always
absolutely
here for the
right.
food.
so which is it? Do you go with Tiana because of the food and the beignets, or do you go with Splash Mountain because of the originalness and the story and everything like that? Uh, I guess I'm gonna say Splash Mountain.
Okay.
I, when I was a child, I saw said movie, Song of the South, which I was too young to know that there was some problem someone would come out with later. And I loved Uncle Remus. I love kindness
Hmm.
in any
Hmm.
in any form. And so Splash Mountain I love because of the theming, the whole ride. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was wonderful. And I also love Tiana. I love the movie Princess and the Frog, and I love the ride now also, and all the theming. I personally wish there was both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I can't really choose. I love both. But I wish that one hadn't been sacrificed for the other. I wish that we could have both. That's all I can say.
All right.
That is very true.
You know what? I'm going to put a pin on that thought because that might come into play a few episodes down the road when we talk about the future. So
Mm.
put a
Oh, cool.
put a pin on your thoughts between Splash Mountain and Tiana and
Awesome.
hold that thought for a couple weeks.
All right.
It'll be
Okay.
hard for me to remember that long, but I'm sure you guys can.
I'll make sure that it's remembered.
Thank
My
God for Sophie.
personal my personal feelings about the change. I love Tiana's Bayou. The Princess and the Frog is my one of my favorite Disney movies. Tiana's my favorite princess. I very much enjoy that ride. And I think my consolation for it, because I loved Splash Mountain as well, and contrary to popular belief, I do not think the movie was problematic because I think it showcased a time in American history before the Civil War. And yes, there are problems with pre-Civil War America, but that wasn't the focus,
Exactly.
if that makes sense. It was just showcasing someone's way of life. And thankfully, Splash Mountain is not completely gone. It still exists over in the international Disney parks, specifically over in Tokyo Disneyland. It's still over there. And I remembered hearing a message from Brer Rabbit when the ride originally closed. He was like, "Y'all be nice to Tiana and her friends now. We're going to be practicing our Japanese, so come find us over in Tokyo." So
Sounds
Okay.
it's
like a nice
still
thing to
there.
say.
Yeah.
Kindness
It's
wins
still
again.
there.
Kindness always wins.
Yep.
Yes.
Good job.
So for that sake alone, I prefer Tiana's Bayou.
Okay.
And I also just love the work that they did with the animatronics. They are so dynamic.
They're wonderful, really.
All right then. Well, this one is a bit of an oldie. because this change is by no means recent. And I'm, of course, talking about the Enchanted Tiki Room. Everyone knows that the original show was Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, and for a period there, it had been rethemed to feature animatronics of Zazu from The Lion King and Iago from Aladdin, and it was called the Enchanted Tiki Room under new management. And then, of course, the fire happened in the attic, and so they reverted it back to a slightly shorter version of the original show. So my question is, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the under new management, or do you prefer the original? And if you prefer the original, do you prefer the old original or the new original?
Oh my goodness.
Dang, so many decisions, huh, Brenda?
I know.
Yes.
It's your turn to go first, Brenda.
Of course it is. You know, I will go with the original closest to what Walt had envisioned, because I always want things to stay kind of
Like
true
he
to
had it.
his
Yeah.
Yeah.
vision. Having said that though, like Mickey's PhilharMagic wasn't Walt's vision, right? But when they add in the scenes, it just makes it better. It's awesome. But for things like this that actually were his vision, I want him to stay that way. That's kind of how I feel about everything.
You know what, Brenda? You are so good at using logic
Yeah.
because that makes perfect sense.
Good.
Original, but I'm going with new management. And the reason
Okay.
I'm going with new management isn't that the original or even the replacement back with the scaled down version aren't good. They are really good.
Yeah.
But it's new management, that's what Sophie first saw.
Aw.
Yeah.
And so taking us back to new management takes us back to when Sophie was a little pipsqueak and we were going to Disney and we were having so much fun and we didn't know it was going to turn into a life obsession for any of
That's
us.
sweet.
But that's what it reminds me of when Sophie was a little girl. So that's
Yeah.
why I say new management, but I totally get what you're saying
Good.
because you're absolutely right. Original Walt anything is better than anything else.
But at the same time, Walt would absolutely love your reasoning for what you
Yeah.
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 So Sophie, I'm bolding the ones that get the majority, and
Yeah.
that's the only reason I'm bolding them is just so Silver went 2-1 for Pink, and
Yeah.
Tiana went 2-1 versus Splash Mountain. So which one? You break the tie, Soph.
There you go.
Well, keep in mind this one technically has 3 answers.
Yeah, but I'm going to count the original and the scale as the same
Okay.
sort of thing.
Then yes, I'm going with the original
Okay.
just
Um,
because I loved the under new management version of the show, but the tiki goddess Aoa that was part of that attraction scared me so much. She really was scary because her voice was so loud, and as a little girl that I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so loud and she's so angry and we're all gonna die because she's angry." And of
I
course,
forgot about
Iago's
that.
the
Yeah.
only one that got any karma for his actions in the show, but I was always so scared. So I very much enjoy the original Tiki Room just because I was older when I saw it for the first time and I knew, okay, everything's fine. This is just a show. I'm not in any danger. But as a
Yeah.
little girl, ooh, we.
Well, we
I love
have a
that.
winner.
That's
That's a
right.
great
Yeah,
answer. That's a great
Yay.
answer.
yeah.
All right.
All right then. Well, this one I have a feeling I know exactly what the majority is going to be because I don't think you guys have been able to witness this change yet
That's
in
true.
its full glory. And I'm talking about the Country Bears Jamboree. As many people know, it recently received a different performance that takes place in the theater. The characters are all the same. They've had a little bit of an update to their costumes and a little bit of maintenance done on their, beautiful bear-esque appearances. But they now sing Disney songs, and that is the new version of the show. So the question is, do you prefer them when they were singing their own original country songs and whatnot? Or do you prefer them as they are now, singing a whole bunch of Disney songs with a country overlay? And I feel like I have not done the new version a lot of justice with my description with it.
That's okay. I'm gonna go right on out and say the original is where it's at. Blood on
Mm.
the saddle. Oh.
Yeah, Aunt Brenda?
I'm with the original, but I feel a lot like one of the reasons is because I can't actually judge something I have not seen.
Yeah,
So I can't choose something I've not seen and recommend it to someone, which is why
yeah.
I specialize in certain destinations for travel. I just can't recommend something I haven't seen. So I have to go with the original because that's the only one I've seen in
I,
person. So,
I saw the new version on YouTube.
You saw
Um,
the new version that I filmed for you.
yeah,
that too. Yeah, maybe that's where I saw it. So,
Gonna be honest, you guys, I really enjoy the new version. I enjoyed it so much the last time I was in Disney that I went and saw that show 3 times in one day.
that's
wow.
awesome. I'm glad you like it so much. I can't wait to see it in person.
Yeah, it's a great show. Both of them are, but I prefer the current version.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well, you know what? We might readdress this down the road when we've all seen it, and maybe
yeah,
my answer will change. You know?
yeah,
Maybe mine will
because
too. You never know.
filming it does not give it the justice it deserves. You have
Yeah.
to see it in person in order to get the best experience. But on to another change that I don't think many of us have witnessed. I'm taking us over to Epcot for Journey into Imagination. Uh, in the original version of the ride, Figment was accompanied by someone called the Dream Finder. And in its current version of the ride, which is the way it's been for a long, long time, he is instead accompanied by a scientist in the Imagination Institute called Dr. Nigel Channing. And I'm curious, have either of you seen the Dream Finder?
I don't remember seeing the Dreamfinder.
I don't remember it either.
I know it from the songs and whatnot, but I don't remember seeing it.
Well, in that case, I'm going to pull up a small picture for you guys so that you can see what he looks like, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just figure
I
out how
do like
to.
Dr. Nigel though.
I do too, actually.
Okay, share screen. I like him too. All right, this is going to get. There we go. So this is the Dream Finder. He is a very eccentric character, as
Oh, yeah.
everyone can tell. And to be clear, everybody, I have never ever seen the ride with
No.
him in it, but I know he was a part of the ride for some time. I don't know exactly when the change was made, but personally, I think I would have liked to have seen the ride with him in it because I just think he looks like such a jolly, happy character.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, there we go. So that's that.
All right.
What do you guys think?
Well, I'm still going to go with Dr. Nigel Channing
All
for
right,
me.
that's fair.
Me too. I like Dr. Nigel.
All right then.
All right.
Well, and I think the reason might just be because of how old it's been since the ride was changed, because it says here that the Dreamfinder was only in the ride from 1982 to 1998. So that makes a little bit of sense. Um, this one is one of the changes that you can see in real time, because these two attractions, they're very, very similar, but they are different depending on which park you're in. And I'm talking about the tree house that you can find in Adventureland in both Disney World, which of course is Swiss Family Robinson, or in Disneyland, which has been themed around Tarzan's treehouse from the movie of the same name. So, which one do you guys prefer?
I
I
prefer Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. I couldn't remember whose turn it was to go first.
That's okay, I think I messed you up. Aunt Brenda?
Same. Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. Another great movie I saw as a little bitty kid, and it was just adventure. It was awesome. Still,
I
still see
think
that guy
I'm
from Hawaii Five O, whoever he is,
I think
the
that's a.
original Hawaii Five O,
I think
Dano.
yeah. I think both Nigel Channing and Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse are a familiarization bias for
Yes.
us
Yeah.
yeah.
because we see, Disney World and the attractions at Disney World a lot more than we see at Disneyland. So when it comes to Nigel Channing, we've seen him over Dreamfinder a lot more. I probably did experience Dreamfinder because I went to Epcot. My first year was 1983, summer 83. So I'm
Okay.
sure I probably rode the attraction.
Yeah.
I just don't have a memory of it.
I'm
But
sure I did too, but it was uneventful enough in my mind to where I don't remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that this is the familiarization aspect of it probably. Um, and I like Tarzan's Treehouse over at Disneyland, but I mean, it doesn't scream I'm better than Swiss Family Robinson. So
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
you, Sophie? What do you think?
I have to agree with you guys about Swiss Family Robinson. I think I've been in the Tarzan treehouse once or twice.
yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Just a couple of times.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're right. It is familiarization bias. Well, then, this one should not be a familiarization bias at all, because this one, I'm pretty sure, still lives on fresh in our hearts and minds. And I'm taking us to Hollywood Studios now because I want to ask you guys what you prefer, the Great Movie Ride or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I know it's a little bit hard to compare them, but they do take place in the same building slash
Hmm.
area of the park.
Well, I liked both of the scenes in the Great Movie Ride, both the gangster scene and the cowboy scene. I also like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And if you'll remember what I said back on Splash Mountain versus Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I just wish they hadn't had to sacrifice one in order to have the other.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're very, very right. Daddy?
Um, I liked Great Movie Ride, but I love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. As simple as that. I love it. And so to me, I'm on board with Mickey and Minnie. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
What about you, Sophie?
I think I have to agree with Daddy. As much as I loved the Great Movie Ride, I was still very, very little when the Great Movie Ride existed for me. And so it's hard to remember everything, but I do remember that there were some movies in that ride that I just had no concept of because I was a little girl. I didn't know about Alien. I didn't know about,
I'd like to forget Alien.
yeah. I didn't know about, I guess it was The Mummy where they went and they tried to steal the Egyptian amulet or something.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Probably.
That was from Indiana Jones. That's Indiana Jones.
It could have been The Mummy. I don't know. Anyway, but of course I absolutely remembered Wizard of Oz. I remembered Mary Poppins, and they
Singing in
were
the
all,
rain.
Singing
yeah,
in the rain. Yeah.
yeah.
So.
Well, that's that.
But
And
I do
actually,
remember thinking that they needed to update some of the movies that were shown on the screen, like bring it more current. Because some of those movies, like some of those old movies, I don't know what they were, and I mean, considerably older than you, Sophie, and I didn't know
yeah.
what they were. So I felt like they needed to update those. So that wasn't perfect, but I still liked the ride a lot.
Well, I actually was just inspired to expand on this Mickey and Minnie's question
Oh, look at
because
you.
I completely forgot that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway also exists over in Disneyland, and it took the place of a certain ride in Toontown called Roger Rabbit's The Adventures of Roger Rabbit. Yeah, that was it. It replaced that ride. And so now I want to ask you guys, which do you prefer? Do you still prefer Mickey and Minnie, or did you prefer Roger Rabbit?
Mickey and Minnie, but I haven't seen it over at Disneyland. So, but I think I would still prefer it.
Okay.
And Disney World.
He sees what I'm typing.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet in Disneyland. Give me 3 weeks. But I think it's the same ride.
It is the
Yeah.
same
And I
ride,
would
but I mean,
definitely do without Roger Rabbit in order to have Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That's for sure.
okay,
I mean,
that
it's
is
excellent.
entirely fair. I remember really, really liking Roger Rabbit when I was in Disneyland, though, so I'm gonna go with Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
There you go.
But there is one last bit to this question, and that is taking, of course, both of the Mickey and Minnie's because they are two rather different line cues between the two rides in the parks. Mickey and Minnie in Hollywood Studios, obviously, you're in the Grauman Chinese Theater. It's all very elegant. It's like you're going to see a special premiere of the Mickey and Minnie cartoons, all that stuff. It makes it feel very fancy and high class and elegant. But in Toontown, which is where Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is in Disneyland, uh, it feels like you're kind of stepping into both the Toontown Theater and also into it feels kind of like the animators' offices, the ones who built Toontown, and that's where
Oh.
this ride takes place.
Mm. I'm gonna have to judge that once I go.
And I
Sounds
found
great
something
though.
very interesting, Aunt Brenda. There is a popcorn machine in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in the Disneyland version. And if you look really closely, all of the popcorn in that machine, they're obviously not real, but they are shaped to look like Mickey and Donald and Daisy and
Oh,
Minnie and Goofy's
cute.
heads. If you look very closely, you can
Oh,
see it.
Wow.
cute. I can't wait to see it.
So you're going to have to update me on that, okay?
Yes.
But for now, Disney World.
Yeah.
Yes.
But stay tuned, right?
Yep.
Stay tuned.
For sure.
And we're getting away from the nitty-gritty details of things we haven't experienced for ourselves yet, because this one we absolutely have. Jumping back over to Epcot, this is in no particular rhyme or reason, really.
Oh,
It's just the way that we thought about it. Um, there's a certain
sorry.
ride
I just
in
saw it.
Norway. And y'all know how I feel about this ride.
Y'all know how she feels about it.
But Maelstrom, the Viking Norway ride, or Frozen Ever After?
Well, I'll go first. And y'all know how I feel about Frozen. But and I love Frozen. I love the music of Frozen. But I still think it speaks volumes that I have never ridden Frozen Ever After.
Oh, wow.
I know. So I'm going to have to go with Maelstrom. I don't see. I mean, I'm sure once I wrote it, that might totally change because you know me, my Disney preference changes from moment to moment. As soon as I blink my eyes, it's changed to something else. So so it may very well change, but for now, I gotta stick with Maelstrom because I haven't seen the need to wait in what used to be like the 8 hour lines
It's not that bad
for,
now.
but now it's not that bad. But yeah, I just haven't ridden it, so I guess I'm gonna go with Maelstrom because of that. So there's my answer.
Yeah. Aunt Brenda?
I'm going with Frozen Ever After. I mean, riding Maelstrom all those years and with the Vikings, I know the story of the Vikings and I know like the story of the Vikings. It like used to freak me out when I was young, like how mean they were and everything. And then that ride, I think it was very, very well done. I think it would represented the life.
The culture, yeah.
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 But I think Frozen brought a different view of Norway and more of a like you really desire to go there. Now it seems like it brought something else, when Frozen came out,
Mhm.
and I'm glad that they have a Frozen ride at Disney. So
Yep. Before Sophie answers, which I already know her
I
answer,
don't
but
think I need to.
I also want to just remind Brenda that her
I know that's our first
the first
ride
ride
together
she ever
ever.
rode with Sophie was
That's right.
Maelstrom.
That's right. And I do love the memory of that. And I love how she pointed out the Mickey ears on the Viking, which I never saw all the times I'd ridden it, which is hilarious. But yeah, but I still, I'm not a huge fan of the projection thing, and I think it's weird how, Elsa and Anna are project. I don't know, but I think that it's good that there's a Frozen ride at Disney. So I'm just gonna leave
Okay.
there, and that's it.
Okay. Well,
Well, I just want to say to Aunt Brenda, it's very sweet how highly you regard the ride, especially coming from the heart of a grandmother with two little girls who I'm sure love that ride so much, and that might also be a good reason for you to enjoy the ride, is because they enjoy it.
Yep.
I have no kids to influence my opinion like that.
yeah.
And so I will always, always, always prefer Maelstrom to Frozen Ever After. And not just because of how I feel about Frozen. Listen, it's a good movie. I just don't need to see it 9 times.
Anymore. You did then.
I don't know. Luna loved it too, though. I got three that have gone and really loved it. So there you go.
All right. Let's go through these last ones because we're running long on time this week.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
That's
Well,
okay.
let's get going. This one, I feel like Aunt Brenda will be the tipping point for this one as well. Snow White's Scary Adventures or the Princess Fairy Tale Hall. Princess Fairy Tale Hall is obviously the meet and greet for most of the princess characters that you can find at the park, and it replaced the dark ride Snow White's Scary Adventures. I'm trying to speed run here.
Brenda?
I think they needed an air conditioned place in Florida for girls to go and meet the princesses, and I'm very thankful for Princess Fairy Tale Hall.
Okay.
Okay.
Snow White's Scary Adventures. Give me another attraction.
Snow White's Scary Adventures. I liked that she had her own ride. And yes, there's a Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, but she's barely even featured.
Yeah.
She needs
That's
one
true.
where she is the main character.
That's true. I gotcha.
All right, this one, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride or The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Toad's was what was there before Winnie the Pooh came in and took over. Daddy?
Winnie the Pooh. I never
Okay.
knew. I don't think I rode Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Magic Kingdom when I was there first year. Maybe I did. If I did, I don't remember it. But Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, we have many an adventure with Winnie the Pooh on that ride
Yep.
in our formative years. So that's
Good.
what I'm going with.
Very good
My
answer.
bestie would kill me if I didn't choose Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, so that's what I'm going with.
Very, very nice. A unanimous vote. I love Winnie the Pooh so much, and I
And
don't
see-
like Mr. Toad's.
And see, I
Sorry.
think of Mr. Toad as being a Disneyland attraction because I don't remember it from Magic Kingdom. So
This
Oh.
one I can almost predict. So let's see if I'm right or not. Castle Dreamlights or the projection lights that they do on the castle now. Let's count down from 3. 3, 2, 1. Castle
Projection.
Dreamlights. Daddy?
I said projection. You know what? We never saw the Castle Dreamlights because we hadn't been at Christmas until it started being projection.
So you don't have to miss it then.
I
So,
saw pictures.
but that's it, and that's
it's
not
so
the same.
magical.
So,
Mm,
so I may very well like it better, and I really kind of hope they do kind of come back to it for some
Love it.
seasons,
Yes.
So,
fair enough. Okay. Soarin' around the world or soarin' over California?
California.
Aunt Brenda?
California.
I like the world,
Okay.
but okay, California it is. I like the smell of the savanna grasslands when we
I like
fly
the smell
over
of the
them.
oranges.
Yeah.
The oranges are nice.
And the golf ball coming right to your.
With the hidden Mickey on it. The golf
That's
ball has
right.
a hidden Mickey.
Yep.
You just got to keep your eyes open.
Unlike me, I can never keep my eyes open.
It's hard to when something's
All
flying
right.
at you.
This one I feel like I could have broken down into a whole bunch of mini questions, but I'm not going to because Daddy's right. We're running short on time. Paradise Pier or Pixar Pier? Same land, different theme.
Paradise Pier.
Aunt Brenda
Paradise Pier.
unanimously voted Paradise Pier.
And I have
Awesome.
nothing against Pixar Pier, but
Me neither. Yeah.
Mickey and Mickey's what is it called? Mickey's Fun Wheel.
Yeah.
It's the same ride, but it was Mickey then,
It's so hard to pronounce the Pixar Pal Around though.
Yeah.
And like the Ferris wheel still has Mickey's face on it even now.
Yeah.
So
But it's
like
got a
it's
different-
always
Mhm.
it's always going to be
So,
Mickey's Fun Wheel. Okay, this is the one that I was mentioning at the start of the thing, and it refers to the Epcot nighttime shows. Do you prefer Harmonious, like I do, or do you prefer Luminous, the Symphony of Us, like Daddy does?
I prefer Luminous.
I actually prefer Harmonious, Sophie.
Oh,
I like
I
Luminous.
thought I remembered you saying that you liked Luminous, though.
Well, yeah, but I like Harmonious.
Okay.
I like Harmonious.
All right, then. Well, that settles that. I apologize for putting words in your mouth.
That's okay.
This one I don't think any of us have actually seen yet, but Aunt Brenda will be the deciding factor in a few weeks.
Yay.
At Disneyland, there is a special thing that happens to the Haunted Mansion, and that is that it receives a Nightmare Before Christmas retheming temporarily from after Thanksgiving to, or actually it might be from after Halloween to around Christmas time, but it's called the Holiday Overlay, and you can see Jack Skellington, you can see Sally, the Boogeyman, all that sort of thing in the Haunted Mansion ride. And it's very Tim Burton-esque style. So I'm curious, Aunt Brenda.
I don't know yet. I don't know.
No.
Is it out only after Halloween? I thought
They
it
have a
was
Halloween
during.
overlay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll see the Halloween overlay,
Yeah.
but the holiday overlay with Nightmare Before Christmas is for the Christmas time, huh?
You're right. You're
Okay.
very, very right.
I
My
wasn't.
bad.
I didn't realize. I thought that was Halloween related, and that this leads to a whole nother discussion of whether Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, wait, actually, Google has said this to me. The Haunted Mansion Holiday is what it's called. It overlays the Haunted Mansion with a Nightmare Before Christmas theme. It is scheduled to begin at Disneyland in the start of late August, so it's already there,
Yay.
Okay.
and run through January, like
So it
early
covers
I'll
both
January.
see it.
seasons. Okay, so it'll
Yeah.
cover both seasons.
So
Because
We'll
yeah.
see.
yeah, well, I haven't seen it except on social media, so I'm gonna go with classic. But I look forward to hearing how it is in live in not Memorex. So Brenda,
Yeah.
we can't wait to hear about that.
Yeah. All right, then last but not least, there are two more to go, and this one is the last one that we've all witnessed with our own eyes, and I'm talking about the Animation Academy, specifically the animation classes where you learn how to draw these characters. Do you prefer it in its original habitat in Hollywood studios at the animator's courtyard and whatnot? Or are you okay with it being at Rafiki's Planet Watch right now at the conservation station, which is where it's currently being held?
I think it's got to be Animation Academy.
Yeah,
I can't wait till it opens again. Oh my goodness. At
I'm
Hollywood
so
Studios where it
happy.
belongs.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're absolutely right. And okay, last one, and arguably the most important.
hmm
Rock and Roller Coaster, we all know that it's getting rethemed and whatnot. Do you prefer it with Aerosmith, or would you be excited to see it with the Muppets Electric Mayhem?
I'm excited to see it with the I don't know what it's going to be like, but I'm excited to see it.
Animal.
So that's two for
Which
the
would be Def
Muppets.
Leppard
Got
instead of
it.
Aerosmith. No, just playing.
That's 3 for the Muppets because
All
Sophie didn't
right.
like it with Aerosmith. So
And I probably won't like it with the Muppets because it doesn't change the track at all.
True. True.
true.
I like it. Like the track. Yay.
Oh, okay.
All right, Brent or Sophie, what's your question of the week?
Ooh.
My question of the week is something a bit odd for a question because I'm not looking for traditional answers. I want to ask the audience if there were any this or that questions that I might have missed. Is there something that you were waiting for me to talk about? Like, I don't know, World of Color versus Phantasmic or something like that. Is there something that you wanted me to ask them that I didn't ask? And if not, just answer some of the questions that you were very, that stood out to you, okay? Answer my questions with questions.
There you go. All right.
And I'll figure out how to type that in the show notes. Or actually, you got it. Okay.
I got it. All right. Well, that is our feature topic and our question of the week all rolled into one. So now Sophie's going to breathe real quickly and then she's going to pick back up and give us this day in Disney history. So Sophie, take it away.
Okay. All right, we're back after a quick breather. The year is 1981, and this actually ties into our Cheddar from earlier in the episode, where actress Maria Ashley Eckstein on September 22nd is born in Louisville, Kentucky. She is the voice actress of Ahsoka Tano in Star Wars The Clone Wars. She was raised in Orlando, Florida. She was a Walt Disney World cast member in her younger days. Her 2005 wedding reception was held at Walt Disney World. In 2011, Eckstein helped promote the revamped Star Tours attraction and took part in one of the Star Wars weekends. Her Disney Channel credits include a minor character named Muffy on That's So Raven and a guest appearance in a 2006 episode of Phil of the Future, and most importantly of all, she is one of the announced narrators for the candlelight processional that I was talking about at the start of the episode. She will be hosting the processional from December 5th through the 6th.
Nice.
Yeah. Really cool.
Nice.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy
birthday. I
Oh,
wonder why she dropped the name Maria and just kept Ashley.
Hmm,
I don't
probably
know.
sounded catchier.
Probably.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like Maria though, How do you
Yeah.
solve a problem like Maria?
I don't know. How do you
How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand?
how do you
Okay,
keep a
that's
wave upon the sand?
How do you stump a Soph?
Well, it is time.
Soph will never know.
It is time for the internet game that is raging the country. It is time for Stump the Soph.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Good luck.
Thank you. I need it. Let's see how Sophie does with these clues. This character leaps, spins, and balances.
Leap, spin, and balance?
He leaps, he spins, he balances.
And he's a he.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell that and it slipped. Oh well. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. This character is larger than life from a personality standpoint, but he is half the size of another character from the same movie.
I'm pretty sure it's that Canadian stunt action figure from Toy Story 4.
You are right, but what is his name?
Crash Kaboom?
Oh, you're so close. Brenda, do you know?
No,
Why not?
I'm not Sophie.
Okay, well that's a good reason. I'm gonna
Something
give you.
Kaboom.
You're right. I'm gonna give you 3/4 credit. It is Duke Kaboom.
Oh my
Very good,
gosh.
Sophie. She
And the
knew who it
fact
was,
that you remembered he was Canadian, eh?
Yay.
So,
He's got a giant maple leaf on his helmet.
on his belt buckle.
That too.
Yep. Anyway, and
Very
on his
good,
motorcycle. So, way to go, Sophie.
Thank
And he's from
you.
Toy Story 4.
That's what she said. That's what she said. She got it right again.
Duke
Cannot
Kaboom.
stump the Soph.
No, we can't.
Amazing.
Well,
It's a
Brenda, can you stump us with a little bit of Walt?
Well, probably not.
Okay.
But I thought this quote, I went in to look in the book for this quote, and this one is what I turned to, and I thought, that's weird. All of us who use the implements of mass communications have tremendous responsibility to utilize them more fully in the interest of common humanity in the light of present world conditions.
Whoa.
Exactly. That's what I thought. Walt
And
Disney.
and you know what? We talk about our love and affection for Walt Disney in so many ways, but Walt, yeah, he gets it. He got it. He
Yeah.
understood the impact that media has and the way it
Yes.
can shape or unshape future generations. So,
Yep.
wow. And everything that's been going on in these past couple weeks, that is a huge quote. And thank you, Walt. Thank you, Brenda,
Thank you,
for
Walt.
sharing it. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Walt, for speaking it, because there is responsibility when it comes to that. You know, we have a responsibility. It's on the road with Mickey. We have a responsibility to lift people up. That's why we do this.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason. I mean, it doesn't bring anything to us. It's love and admiration for Walt Disney and love of Disney parks and talking with all of you and seeing each other. That's why we do this. So, wow, what a great quote. Thank you. All right. Well, my friends, that wraps us up for this week. Coming next week, we asked, you answered, we're responding. That's the way it works.
Mhm.
I said, what do you want to hear from us? And I listed a little bit of a poll on which topics you were curious about. You voted on it. And the one that won is, of course, a foodie, because we are foodies. I mean, a way to Mike's heart is through his belly.
A way to all of our hearts is through our bellies.
And we are talking about snacks that could be meals.
Nice.
Ooh.
So
And we're
that,
concentrating on, I'm guessing, snacks that are always available, not snacks that are part of certain festivals each year.
yeah,
Is that true? Okay.
Yeah.
Snacks
That's
that
true.
are always available. Gotcha.
yeah. So that's our topic for next week. Snacks that could be meals.
Yay.
So get ready. But until then, like I was saying, we hope you have a wonderful week. We hope that you are doing well, that you have a smile on your face like Brenda does, because she always has the best smile.
She does.
And we hope that you are doing well. And if you're not doing well, we hope that someone shares a smile with you. Hashtag share a smile. You know, we need more kindness. We need the kindness of the world. We need to share our light. And so share your smile. Hopefully we brought a smile to your face, and hopefully you all are doing well. But until next week, I'm Mike. She's Sophie. That's Brenda. And he's Grogu. And we are
On the road with Mickey.
And we will
See you
you
on the road.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.